Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon, and when I was doing the eclipse videos, the first several ones I screwed up. I'm dyslexic. It could be Mercury retrograde. But anyways, you guys ended up with your reading being absolutely perfect and correct, which is nice. But several other videos, I had the house wrong. And so they got bonus videos. And so I thought I would give you guys a bonus video to make up for the difference because it just seems fair. So let's see if we get, while I was getting ready to turn on the camera, a hummingbird was outside the window here, which is really unusual because there's no flowers. There's just trees, and I don't know what he was doing there. And so hummingbirds are about deceased loved ones trying to bring you messages. And so I feel like this reading is going to be very spiritually guided by the loved ones that have passed on of the people who are going to receive the messages. And so I feel like I'm sitting in a very crowded room right now. So pay attention. Let me know what part, if any of all of this resonates for you. I'm excited to see what everybody has to talk about. Okay, so you have the man. You have the man. That's yang energy. Could be, we have healing. We have healing. So if you've had a male loved one that has passed on, they could be here right now. Ready to bring you messages. That is the overall energy. It could also be about healing, you taking action to heal either physically, mentally, emotionally, a situation or relationship. But yang energy is about doing something, and it's not about receiving. This is about you taking the time and the effort to connect, reconnect, have the discussions, to create the healing, to do the research, to get the information that you need in case of a health situation. This is about you actually doing something. You can't just sit there and hope that information comes to you. You would have to seek it out. You would have to seek out the forgiveness of a family situation. You would have to do the work. So let's just see. Oh, gosh, let's get down into it. I'm so distracted by all the energy in the room. So sorry. All right, here we go. The key to the situation here is a community. So it's a community that you reside in. So that could be family, it could be work, it could be like a large, like the people you work with. It could be your siblings, it could be your children and your extended family, but it has to do with healing some sort of a situation regarding somebody in your community. I don't think you. So we have news and information coming in. And there's hope and clarity. So information brings you a sense of hope. Information brings you clarity. We have a commitment. Whew, okay. This could be information coming to you that gives you hope about a commitment. I mean, really, the ring, let's face it, that could be a marriage. Could also be a job offer. But because of the healing and the man here, looking kind of like a love situation. In the past, you were having a lot of doubts about this situation. You were feeling anxious and you were feeling distracted by it, because that is in that. You have the mice in the house of the mice. That's like really doubling down on the anxiety and the anxiousness about this. This is rapid movement, rapid information coming in, and it created some sense of anxiety. And now it's time to make a decision. You need to make a choice. You need to make a decision about this commitment. You got to decide what you're committing to. Are you committing to moving to a new area or location? You've decided to make a move. That was a rapid decision that was made. You have hope and clarity about it. Changing communities, though, has created some anxiety, or some anxiety. You decided to change, and you're feeling like you've made the decision. But this looks more like you're feeling like, I need to make a choice. Which way do I go in regards to this? Information coming in, again. That's information coming in. It created some anxiety for you. or you were waiting for information, but this is it. You were thinking about it here, and here you're receiving it. So maybe you sent a letter to somebody, and you've been nervous and anxious waiting for the return information, and it may or may not have happened. Maybe you were trying to heal a situation with someone, you reached out to them, and created a lot of anxiety, and you were thinking about how to respond. Maybe someone reached out to you and it created a lot of anxiety, and you were trying to think about how to respond. There is a ship. There's a ship out there. I've seen it a couple times. I always forget it's there, and then all of a sudden I see it once in a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a ship there. This is hope and clarity about which direction to move in. Decision time. So, currently you're being very loyal to a situation. There's an element of loyalty here. Loyalty is looking forward, though. Part of this decision that's coming up here is part of this commitment. This is about what community are you loyal to? Where do you belong? This is about you figuring that out over the next 6 to 18 months. And then that long-awaited change comes in. You're making a change. You're making a decision. It has to do with community. It has to do with where do you feel like you belong, who's loyal, how do you fit in. This is a big commitment you're making to make this change, but it'll bring healing. Your actions, if this is yang energy, and it really feels like this is yang energy, because we have decision making, we have change happening, we have a commitment. So this feels like yang energy, and this decision, this choice, the one that you make, it brings healing. That's nice. This anxiety becomes healed. I'm going to tell you, I was not going to, but I guess I am. I tried to do your reading a minute ago, and several of these cards showed up. This one did, this one did, this one did, not this one. This one did, this one. This was the overall energy, but the dog of loyalty came up with it, not the healing. But the cards, I couldn't figure out what the message was. There was a lot of, it was either health, or it was a big career decision, and I couldn't tell. And on here, I can't tell, so I don't think it really matters. I think the reason I couldn't tell is because I think this decision-making process, this information coming in, has to do with, and this was in the heart space, the ring was. So this has to do with you making some kind of a decision that heals your life and moves you forward. And I couldn't tell in the last reading, and I can't tell here. So I'm going to guess that this is varied among the Capricorns, and it is a long period of time, 6 to 18 months. So the other thing that came up a lot was research. Up here we had the book, which is about doing the research, and the card do the research showed up. So I'm going to emphasize to you that this change that you're making, yes, this is about having hope and clarity. That clarity, I believe, is going to come from you thinking and doing the research. Okay, so do the research. Even though that card didn't show up here, so many of the other ones did. I just feel like that message is important. So do the research about this decision you're going to make so that you're very comfortable with it. But it's going to be a positive change. It's a long-awaited change. It's a necessary change that needed to happen. And it's going to be very healing for you when you take action on it and you do this. So we have join in. And body changes. And changing your mind. What? And self-care. All right. We have moving. Okay. Are we done? Okay. Wow, that was a lot. So yes. Again, we have a couple things showing up here. We had the moving card. I kind of had the feeling about moving on the last one. And that showed up here with moving. Changing your mind, that's this decision-making process. I can see that you're struggling with this decision. Are you changing your mind about moving? Are you changing your mind about lots of things? Because, okay, so again, the healthcare thing is showing up again. That really showed up. So self-care and body changes, join in. That could be joining a gym. That could be joining a new community. And we have realizations and epiphanies. And that's that knowledge. That's that research. That's the information coming in. So again, I think for everybody, not for everybody, but there's a variety of changes that are happening, Capricorn, and I think that's because that eclipse happened in your sign of you, and so it's your entire life, and it covers the whole spectrum of the houses, and nothing is going to be really, so that energy is going to create change in maybe more than one area of your life. And so the important thing is that you take steps to create healing in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What does that mean to you? I don't know. I just saw you writing in a journal, though. So I guess Spirit would like to say, start writing stuff down. Start putting it on paper and see what comes out at the other end of the pen so that you can figure out what the message is. So we have past life healing. That would definitely be that. And we have smile. Excellent. Find the happiness. Find the joy. If you can't feel it, fake it till you make it. We have trust. You can trust the people around you. That's that community. They are the earth angels sent to give you the guidance you seek. So ask for help. Seek and do the research for yourself. And you have balance, work, rest, and play. It is impossible for you to have fun along. It is possible. I'm sorry. It is important for you to have fun along with fulfilling your responsibilities. That's a very good message for a Capricorn. So, changing your mind. Maybe you've committed to something and you're thinking about that commitment. And that commitment does not necessarily mean a marriage. It could be to a job. It could be to a move. It could be to, because we have moving show up, healthcare showing up, but we have realizations and epiphanies. And then we have this healing the past. That's that releasing and letting go of things that need to go, which is the energy of this eclipse. So releasing it, that would be yang energy, and then healing. Moving on from the pain could also be moving. Not necessarily an actual move, but maybe it's an emotional, mental move. That's changing your mind, and I'm moving on. That situation is not working, and I'm moving on from it. Everything you are asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So we're looking at like a year from now. And goodbye to the old and hello to the new. Long way to change. So time to let some things go and move on and allow, okay, we have a business venture. I don't know. Business showed up on the other thing too. So career change. I don't see it here. But it showed up on the other one. So this literally could be anything. But work-life balance, creating a health regime for yourself that really makes you feel good about you, that you can manage, right? So maybe that just means that you start committing to going for a walk after dinner every night. That's great for you mentally and emotionally and physically. It helps your blood to uptake the sugar. Strengthens your muscles, but it clears the mind. It helps with digestion. It's really good for you. And so if you don't decide to do anything else, it gets you outside. And being an earth sign, that's important. So get yourself outside. Go for a walk. Journal. Definitely. I saw it again. Thank you. They really want you to journal. And I think you're looking at about 12 months to really notice the differences and the changes. So don't, there's that hummingbird again. So don't be hard on yourself. Allow the space. Allow for the starts and stops, but keep going, right? Commit to it. Commit to it. That would be that ring. Commit to it. This one too? Okay. So you have happiness. That's that smile. You have forgiveness, beauty, and confidence. I feel like that forgiveness is part of that healing card. Okay. Forgiveness showed up in the last one. These other ones are different. Joy showed up, but we have happiness. Same thing. Well, pretty much. Happiness is, Joy feels very spiritual to me, and happiness is like a decision to be happy. It's a choice. It's that choice in your heart to choose to be happy. Joy comes from, I think, more from spirit, from the light, like that light that shines through you. But the happiness, that's a choice and a decision you can make too. I'm balancing my life. I'm putting happiness into my life. I'm choosing to find the bright side of everything. And then I'm looking for the beauty, right? Because you have beauty and we have confidence. And so I just really want you to straight out into the world over the next 6 to 18 months and just know that you are creating something wonderful in your life, whatever that is. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new, and it looks like it's going to take you about 12 months to really get it rolling so that the situation is definitely moving and you're like, wow, I really did it. So good luck with that. It's kind of like your New Year's resolution time. So go ahead and set your goals, set your intentions, and get it done. All right? Take care. We'll talk soon.